Hey everybody, this is James Jackson. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm giving my first impressions of the autofocus performance of the Blackmagic Pyxis 12K, and this is obviously really exciting times. So I took the camera out on my morning walk. I wanted to sort of test out the things that I initially saw on my yesterday when I first downloaded the beta firmware. Initially, I have only one L-mount autofocus lens, and that is the Sigma 28-70 f2.8. Really great lens. I've been using that lens on my cinema camera 6K full frame for professional jobs, and it's performed flawlessly. I will say this beta is firmware of phase detection autofocus on the Pyxis 12K. It's definitely not as good as either the cinema camera 6K or the Pyxis 6K at this current time. It actually reminds me a lot of when the phase detection autofocus was first announced on the cinema camera 6K. There's a lot of the same quirks. The main point, as you're probably seeing on these visuals right here, is the fact that it seems to struggle a little bit when you push it into extreme contrast scenarios or scenes where some information is starting to clip, or either in the white to the white point or to the black point. So if you have a very underexposed image, it tends to struggle. Or if you have a clip that starts to blow out and the focus point starts to blow out, it starts to struggle as well. But a lot of cameras tend to have this issue. The other thing is that it sort of second guesses where you may, especially if it's from a close distance to something farther away, it may just second guess for the first time, but afterwards, after that happens, it tends to behave pretty well after that initial. So it seems like this whatever AI chip they have in it is learning the RGBW aspect of it. But the one thing that is consistent that I found both from yesterday and from today's shoot is the fact that it does not tend to do well at extreme distances. So if you're trying to get a really close focus shot, it tends to struggle to get that shot. You'll have to get it into manual mode, and you probably see here with this railing that I have of this shot with this railing, it really struggles to find it. So when I go into manual mode to get it there, but then once I switch it back to autofocus, it struggles to find it again, and it just goes to the background. And I tried this both in 4K as well as 9K Super 35 just to get things up. In both extreme close-up as well as things that are very, very far away, it tended to struggle to find those things. So that, in terms of this particular lens, that's probably some of the issues. Having said all that, transitioning for things that are in relative distance spaces that are not in the extremes, it transitions pretty damn well. I will give it that. If I'm moving something from closer focus to something a little bit farther away, it does a pretty good job of just transitioning the autofocus. And right now I have it set to 3, the speed at to 3. I'll go through the different other settings in future videos to show you guys. So I was continuing to go about my walk and test the autofocus, and then this moment happened. A fully developed buck appeared in front of me, and which in itself is a rare sighting to see. So I turned the camera on, I had it switched to 9K Super 35 mode, and I basically put the continuous mode and put it on the buck. And, well, this is the result. Anyways, that was a great, and I'm actually surprised that it performed so well. But I think this is sort of a good example of the magic that is exciting us about having face detection autofocus in the Pyxis 12K. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the content here. I'm going to be putting out more autofocus tests and my findings in future videos. As always, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that like if you enjoyed this. And until next time, take care, everyone.